Goodbye. Pendulum Call, Rune Eyes, and Trump Witch. Alright, let's add those to the deck. Deck edit, Yugioh. Okay, let's go to Pendulum. Okay, first let's add the Pendulum Monster, Trump Witch. Oh, I got both rituals. I got the main ritual here and this ritual spell. Cool. Now let's find Pendulum Koru. I see previous prediction. Wow, I got them both. Interesting. That rarely happens to me. Still, I need to find the Pendulum. There it is. This card is actually really good, but thanks to the advent of Ash Blossom, it's not as good as it could be. And then we scroll down to the fusion section. I had Utopia Roots, and I didn't know, but I don't think I have RDM, Rank Down Magic. Then Rune goes here. Extra. Awesome. Awesome indeed. I'm looking at the previous protagonist decks really quickly, just to check things out. And I don't believe that any of these are even close to optimized. At least the Yusei deck has a plan. Not a good one, but a plan. The only decks that I actually have faith in would be Yugi's deck, just because of how many band cards there are in it. And Judai's deck, simply because it's set up to have a plan. Yusei, Yuma, and Yuya's deck are just thrown together, seemingly. And that's mostly because of the game not giving me the cards I need, rather than the deck building itself. Both decks are marginally okay. Oh, I think this is the Monarch duel. No, it's not. That's just the introduction to Kurosaki Shun. We don't get that 3v1, obviously. And who's the duel here? I don't remember. Oh, it's this one from the tournament. Okay. That means that Ute already told her don't learn Fusion? Or is that later? What I do know is that by this point in the story, Sora would have already taught her Fusion. Okay. Let's do this, Yuzu. Let's win this round. Okay. Serious question, how many duels did we have against Dennis in this game? I think we dueled him something 3 or 4 times. It's a lot. That's all I remember, that we dueled Dennis a lot in this game. Okay, so our opponent is playing Gem Knights, meaning that we have to be extra careful. As if I'm not careful, she could accidentally FTK me if she went first. And that's not a joke. Brilliant into Seraphinite, right? Who are you making? Not Seraphinite. What is that? Oh, that's the big one, right? 34. Ooh, that's a good card. That's a really good card. And then Book of Moon to set it. That way it goes back to original stats. 18, that's fine. Gem Fusion. Okay. Okay. What is that for? 2,900. You see, that would be good if she didn't forget about one very crucial item, and that's Bottomless. Okay. Sack for who? Darn it, that's fine. That's honestly fine. I'll let it go. Activating Tomato effect. 2 special summon Stein. Oh, Devil Franken. And I believe a lot of you know where this is going. We're making a Scar Warrior, I believe, is the correct click. I believe so. So first we pay a lot of life points because she has no effects left on the field, and we make Cyber End. I kinda wish I could have Cyber Twin here, but alas, it's not in the cards. Seriously, this deck is much stronger than most of the decks I would have taken with me, but then again, I most likely would not have made it this far if I was doing it how I used to do it. Still, this is a rather competent build for what I'm thinking about. It's not the worst build in the world, but it's also not great. Now let's make Hyper Librarian, just in case this match tends to drag. Just in case this match drags, we'll make Hyper Librarian instead. Because you never know. Sometimes the matches just go on for way too long. Therefore, Hyper Librarian is the best pick for this one. And this is not game, obviously, but this should be a decent chunk of damage done to her. 4k? You have less than 1 turn to get out of this, Crystal. Last turn. And most likely, she can't get out of it because most of her cards require other cards, thus the weakness of a fusion deck. Or in some cases, she doesn't even do anything. Alright then, we'll summon Witch, set a card, and continue our assault. Battle. Direct. And game. Good job, Crystal. This is exactly what I expect out of you. Absolutely nothing. Book of Moon is a good card that I might want to add into the main deck. You know what? I'll check it out right now. Deck edit. See breakers. Tsuki no Sho. That would be in the T area. Meaning that I've gone way too far. Okay. Mostly because Book of Moon is considered the greatest -1 in this game's history. Therefore, actually going -1 for it is not the worst plan I've ever seen. Tsuki no Sho. Really, really powerful card for what I needed to do. In fact, what you would do is you would loop it with Moth and knock to get it. Interesting. I would put it in right now, but I'm not sure what to take out for it. In fact, I kind of like the deck list so far as it is. I don't want to do much changing to it. Unless I have to, of course. If I have to, then I will. But for the most part, I kind of like how it looks. I think I'll leave it be for now. Okay. Up next, we're fighting Meliodas, which, if I'm not careful, can do a pretty terrifying lock-up play. But for the most part, it's not going to do anything. It's Meliodas. Pretty ineffective matches, for the most part. Okay, let's see this. Card gunner set 2 pass. Not the best play, but not the worst play. See what I draw off of it, actually. That's what I'm more curious about. What do I get off my top deck with card gunner? Assuming she kills it correctly. Otherwise, I have to be very careful. And then there's Graceful, a very powerful card going first. Or second. Another very powerful use of Graceful Charity. Summoning Sonata and Anota. Okay. In this instance, normally I would let this go through. However, that's 2 monsters I can take out right now. We're going to Mirror Force it. Come on. Good. During the end phase, we will be popping your back row. And we should win here, assuming whatever happens is fine. Perfect. So we flip up Card Gunner. Card Gunner to mill 3. I don't really care what they are. Nothing good. And we special the Tricky by sending Metamorphod. And we win with Double Franken. Because we can get Cyber. This is really sad for some of the Arc 5 characters, you know? They're playing all these crazy powerful banned cards, and yet we're circumventing them with cards that were released years ago. In fact, in that field, the most recent card was the Tricky, which was released in 5D's The Duelist Genesis for TCG. That was years ago compared to this. This is what, 2014, 2015? I don't know. Did I use the effect? I said battle. This is game, no matter what she does. Because she doesn't have battle traps in the hand, such as Battle Fader or Swift Scarecrow, to my knowledge. She might have them, but I don't think so. And that's game. What a sad state of affairs for the Arc 5 team. Nothing that I want, but this card is actually really good. Full Bloom. Bloom Diva is pretty good if you're making a dedicated Meliodas deck. Now, one of the rules that I could use to circumvent the no pack rule is to just duel the same people over and over again and get a full deck. Thank you for watching.